Yo, so I've been having a lot of people coming to me saying that they're having trouble with networking, they're having trouble landing placements ultimately. And just given the fact that it's harder for people to network when they're first starting off, I think it's very important to make sure that your music is now first. So one of the issues that I see coming up a lot is that producers try too much to focus on chasing a specific sound or trying to make the perfect type beat for an artist. But from my own personal experience, trying to chase that sound has only slowed my progress down, both in landing placements and actually advancing as a musician. And besides that, when you're always just trying to chase a specific sound instead of making music that you genuinely enjoy to make, it starts to get repetitive and it starts to feel like a chore. And I've noticed that that's the downfall to a lot of producers, is that they focus too much on trying to chase that instead of making what they genuinely like to make. So the whole goal of this video is just to show y'all my process of how I go about making samples. And I'm gonna just dive in with no clear vision of what I'm trying to make, no nothing. I'm gonna just go in, lay down some sounds, whatever I think sounds good, and we just gonna piece some shit together and see what we come up with. So this could end up being the most basic loop ever, or it could be the most experimental one. I don't know, we'll see where it takes us, but let's just start making. Alright, man, I'm gonna just be messing around and see what works, so. Oh, that's hard. Hold up. Oh, it's kind of interesting when you hold it. Hold up. Alright, so for this next part of the video, the recording cut out for some reason. But essentially from here, I felt like the sample was mostly full. It was pretty complete, but I just wanted to add some vocals behind it. That's something that I thought would really add to the overall vibe of the sample, and that's something that I like to do a lot on my own in my own workflow, is add my own vocals. So to assist me in doing that, I use Mantra, which is a super fire tool that Neural DSP sent me earlier to cook up with. And recording my own vocals has never been easier. Everything you need to make your vocals sound good is in this one plugin. And it does mostly everything for you. It'll listen to your voice and change all the parameters for you. They also have some pretty cool presets in there. I'm gonna stop talking about it and just show y'all, cause y'all gonna hear how this plugin completely elevated the sample. And yeah, y'all will get to hear me singing without no effects on it, so you can hear the true before and after, see how much of a difference this plugin makes. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. I just want to let y'all know, let's get back into it. All right, so this is the VST right here. This is what it looks like. It's called Mantra. So to start off, we're gonna click start analysis, and it's gonna listen to the tone of my voice and change the effects depending on how I sound, basically, to make it sound the best. So it seems like it figured out the curve. Whoa, shit. So you got some pretty cool features in here. It's like an all-in-one vocal effect plugin. So up here you have your scale. So there's auto-tune down here. There's a noise gate. So I'm gonna turn that up actually because it's a little too low. Cool de-esser over here, it works very well. So if I have it all the way down and then I'm gonna turn this up, and you can see how it's ducking those frequencies in the S's just to make it sound a little bit cleaner. So we're gonna leave it at about 50%. You know, you got your standard EQ, compressor over here, and a little bit of some saturation. I'm still trying to figure out everything in this plugin, but you know, we just gonna mess with it, run through some of the presets, and figure out what works best with this project. So first of all, I'm gonna figure out the key that we're working in. Actually, I already know it's C minor, so I'm gonna change it to C minor, turn the auto tune on, and it's really simple. It's just one little attack slider. So the lower the attack, the longer it's gonna take for it to tune your voice. And then the higher you have it, the more robotic and quick it's gonna be. So this is basically your retune speed right here. Over here in the middle, this is like a harmonizer basically. So I'm just gonna run through some of the presets that we have in here and see what sounds good with this project. So this one sounds really cool. I fuck with this one heavy. I think that gritty tone kind of matches with the whole vibe of the sample that, you know, we going for. So I'm just gonna start recording some shit and see what we can come up with. Okay, cool. So I think that sounds pretty good for the vocals. I bounced all of them, so I'm gonna throw them in a separate mixer track, and I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit to make it fit a little bit better in the mix. But yeah, I ain't really doing anything too crazy for I can't sing, but you know, I'm really relying on this plugin to save my vocals, and it's working. So so from here, I didn't really do too much for real. I really just bounced the sample, and then I turned it up. One thing that started getting my samples used a lot more is that I'll turn them up after I use them. So just to make sure that they're loud, oh yeah, right here, I put her up 2 semitones. I was fucking with this vibe more. But then I put her on EQ just to boost some frequencies that needed to fill in more space, and then duck some of the frequencies that were taking up too much space. Chrome is another fire VST that'll just make your sample a little bit more in tune. The sample's fire. Alright man, if you made it this far, I appreciate you tapping in with me. If you want this sample, I'll leave it in the description below so y'all can go cook up with it. I'm terrible at outros, so I'm gonna just end this bitch. Not gonna lie to you. Also, if you want placements, go grab the free networking guide on my website too.